Hello, I'm Jonathan Mason. Now, I hadn't done exercise for about 3 decades before being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. So today, I will talk about the importance of exercise. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I must make this disclaimer, and I'll see you after that. This morning, I was running in the rain. What a glorious feeling. I could feel the power in my legs, the rhythmic breathing. I could feel the sweat trickling down my back as the light drops of rain fell on my face and body. Wow, what an exhilarating feeling, just to know that I could do what I could when I was just a teenager all those many years ago. This, I guess, is the promise of good health and good lifestyle choices. This can be all yours, plus lots more. Exercise has so many benefits for our health and our mood. It lifts the burdens of the day and fills your body with a feeling of euphoria. It makes you believe in yourself. It lets you know that you can do anything that you set your mind to. So I think it's appropriate here to talk about doing some exercise. But I want to be cautious here. I'm not suggesting that you immediately get out and start running. If you haven't done any exercise for years, and in my case it was decades, then please be careful. I only started doing some exercise after my diet began to make me feel better. I began with a 10-minute slow walk around the neighborhood, and this was pretty exhausting. But then I slowly increased it as I felt that my body was up to it. Now I say be cautious, as I did try to push it by trying to do a bit of a run. And it felt like my lungs were going to explode. The next day I was down with the flu, and my chest was really painful for about 2 weeks. So don't be silly like I was, but just take things in their stride. Only begin to do some exercise when you feel the increased energy as your body begins to lose weight and your body is not fighting too many of its internal struggles with your type 2 diabetes. You have the rest of your life to get fit and to stay healthy. So just take it one small step at a time. Why do I suggest that as a type 2 diabetic that you do exercise? Now, exercises have many benefits. Different types of exercise have different types of benefits. Now, I'm going to talk about 3 types of exercises that have different effects on your body. Note, it is important to realize that some of these exercises do overlap each other in what they do for your body. Now, the exercises that we'll be covering are the following: stretching exercises, aerobic exercises, and strength building exercises. Let's talk about stretching exercises. Stretching exercise releases the tension from your body. Now, as a type 2 diabetic, we suffer from a lot of anxiety and stress. Now, I used to have serious lower back pain, and I was taking cocodamol every day for my back pain. Cocodamol is a prescription drug that turns to morphine in your body. So it is a very powerful painkiller. Now, I felt like I couldn't do any exercise, as I had a real difficult time just bending. Now, pain was not a constant one that was all day, but it used to appear when I did certain actions. It was only when I began very gently to do some stretching exercises that were given to me by my physiotherapist for my lower back that the pain began to lessen. But what I didn't realize at the time was that the stretching was removing all the stress that had gathered in my lower back for the last 9 years, which had manifested itself as a chronic inflammation. Today I'm pain-free. Now, it was difficult as I had a really big stomach, so just bending forward at times was a really difficult task. But as I continued with the stretching, the pain went. So stretching is very important to exercise for a type 2 diabetic, and it is something that you can easily include in your daily routine, as it only takes up a small space that most of us have around us. But remember, be very gentle with yourself, as you can easily do yourself an injury if you go too fast. But if you do have any specific pains related to your muscles or joints, then a visit to your physiotherapist might be in order, as they will be able to provide you with the correct exercises to do. The other type of exercise I want to talk about is aerobic exercise. Now this is certainly one of the most beneficial types of exercises for everyone, but more especially if you're a type 2 diabetic. Now aerobic exercise is one that increases your heart rate and gets your blood pumping around your body faster. This type of exercise increases your metabolism and helps your whole body to function better. This includes your cells and all the organs in your body. Now this is great news for type 2 diabetics because this type of exercise helps us to absorb carbohydrates. Now I'm not trying to suggest that this type of exercise alone will reverse your type 2 diabetes, but it will make a major contribution. I tried to do aerobic exercises before going on this program and it seemingly did nothing for me. But as soon as I controlled my carbohydrate intake, the benefits of the exercise were immediately noticeable. When I started to do some form of aerobic exercise, I could see the change in my blood glucose readings. This was not immediate, but as I began to walk faster and then eventually I could run, I could see the result in my next glucose reading. Now, I don't know if this will reduce my insulin resistance, but the results seem to suggest that it does have a marked effect on how insulin resistant I will be. Now, the other benefits that come from this type of exercise are that it causes your body to move. Now, you have a system in your body called the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system removes toxins from your body, but it relies on the movement of our bodies to pump out the toxins. So if you're living a very sedentary lifestyle, the removal of toxins is severely hampered. But if you take up some form of aerobic exercise, then your body is able to remove the toxins quickly and give your body further resources to increase your health in other areas. Now, this type of aerobic exercise can be something like walking. It is best if you walk briskly so that you get some sort of like labored breathing. But as I stated previously, be careful not to overdo it, but do enough that it can have some sort of effect on your body. But keep building up the exercise. Now, there are many other types of aerobic exercises like running and swimming and cycling, etc. So you choose which type of exercise you feel most comfortable with and then make a gentle start. Just remember, one small step at a time. But just continue to increase your activity until you are getting at least an hour to half an hour of brisk activity per day. The other type of exercise that I would like to mention is strength building exercise. Typically this would be associated with weight training, but this is not the only type of strengthening exercise. In fact, it is probably the most extreme in this category. I would suggest something gentle like isometric exercises where you can push against a static object or against your own body strength. But remember, a lot of exercises overlap with each other. So walking and running can also be considered as strengthening exercises. When I began to walk, I could feel the pain and the stiffness in my legs. My muscles are not used to this sort of activity, so I needed to strengthen my muscles. I needed to strengthen my lungs, and I could feel the stiffness in my chest muscles as they began to adjust to the added work. But now I can run and enjoy the strength that my body has. But when you get to a stage where your body is healthy and relatively fit again, you might want to continue to strengthen your body further. So you might want to get a personal trainer and begin a workout at a gym. But I still haven't told you why I recommend it for type 2 diabetics. The reason that this type of exercise is on the list of exercises I think a type 2 diabetic should do is because it builds your strength both in your bones and in your muscles. This is a strength that will enable you to overcome disease and infection because a strong body is much more resistant to disease. And as a type 2 diabetic, we are all very prone to all sorts of infections and diseases. But if I had to put the exercises in an order of which ones to start with, I would recommend that you begin with stretching. as this releases the stress in your body and will help avoid any potential injuries you might be subject to in other forms of exercise. Aerobic exercise would be the next on the list, as this helps to reinvigorate your body and will help bring those blood glucose levels down into a much safer area. Exercises like brisk walking will also begin to strengthen the lower body muscles and your lungs. This would then be good preparation for the next phase of exercising, which is strengthening exercises. When I began, I could not even do one push-up, but I persevered, and now I am able to do significantly more. As with all things, you must begin carefully and slowly. You may be very keen, but rather be slow and cautious and get there. Don't try to rush and then injure yourself, knocking all your confidence and tempting you to give up. If you are very overweight like I was, you might be in ketosis for some while or even pretty close to it when you eventually come out of it. I say this because when you are very insulin resistant, your body may never be able to tolerate many carbohydrates. So I challenge you, choose a lifestyle that will bring you greater health and more vitality than you've experienced in a long time. Live the life that you desire and want. Start doing a little exercise today with your stretches and your walks, and I'm confident that you will begin to feel the benefits of it in the very near future. Reward yourself with abundant health. You deserve it. Make the right choices today and be the best you can be. Begin exercising today and change your life forever. If you are unsure of what exercises to do, then consult your physiotherapist and talk to him or her as to what they would advise to help you on your journey. Because if you are like me, you will have had a lot of inflammation and painful joints. Exercise can and does relieve this. If the inflammation is too serious, you might have to have a steroid injection like I did, but I give you that story in my battle with type 2 diabetes. By changing your lifestyle choices, we can put ourselves into that position where our bodies are functioning as normal, healthy people. So stand guard at the entrance of your mind and only allow yourself to do the things that are beneficial to your health and to your well-being. This is good for you and for those who love you. All my videos on this program are free to look at. I give you the exact diet plan that I followed and the formula for you to calculate your own meal plans. I also give you information on how to go into the diet safely and how to avoid some of the experiences I had and how to come out of it safely. There's also advice on how to manage your diet and accordingly your diabetes once you have stabilized. I give you advice on what to look for as you grow older and maintain your self-rewarding health. Reward yourself with good health and change your lifestyle like I did and enjoy more vitality and experience the joy of loving life. Now, in my next video, Problems and Motivation, this is where I share with you some of the problems that I had and how I overcome them. I give you some parameters of where your blood glucose reading should be. I share with you the way in which I motivated myself. This will help you along the difficult path of reversing your type 2 diabetes. So please join me in my next video, Problems and Motivation. If you would like to help me reverse type 2 diabetes around the world, then please like, subscribe and share these videos. But if you would like to get more involved in helping me to spread the word in a more direct way, then please go to my website where you can find the program's mission statement along with a complete set of videos and a whole lot of other helpful aids that a type 2 diabetic could need. It is also a place where I hope to build a supportive community environment. Now, I would like to thank anyone in advance who graciously donates to the cause and shares these videos. It is this support that enables this information to reach more people and to change lives. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.